Okay, so this is gonna be my last video that I make about the Thomas prop. I just found it pretty relevant to talk about model. This prop. I've seen a lot of people talking about, oh, we could get Jacob Jared or we could get Tank Merch to come in and restore the model like Percy was. And guys, it's just simply the case of like Percy was just in better shape. And for all the engines, in fact, if we look at um all of Tank Merch's models here, James was in better condition. There was still somewhat of original paint on him. Um, Same with Percy. Percy, this is how Percy looked whenever Tank Merch got it, and this is how it looked after. And it's just simply the case of Percy was in better condition, James was in better condition. A lot of these models that they restore are just in a lot better condition, and they're more or less original still, like to the point where if you go on their Instagram, right? Let's take a look at this coach, for instance, right? You have this coach, you can see a lot of it's been eaten away at and stuff, like parts are broken off. And then whenever they restore it, it still retains a lot of the original paintwork and all that on it, just with restored bits like the added bit or the new like step right here. So it's not like they're sitting there completely repainting the whole thing. And this is the problem with a lot of people talking about why can't they restore the Thomas model? It's not going to be original if you completely restore it. It'll be like making a replica. And even like this, you could see, oh yeah, this has got broken parts off of it. More or less still original. I mean, it's going to have parts messed up on it, but they keep it original. I mean, let's go and look at the large scale Duncan model. They had a bit of corrosion and stuff going on here. Still way better condition than the original Thomas. We go in and look, it's fixed up, not changing much. So this is just kind of my point on don't believe that the restoration that people want will be worth it because it's just like making a replica now. Again, James, I can't find any pictures of it. If I find any, I'll put it up on screen. But James is in pretty bad condition, but he still more or less had quite a bit of original parts on him still. I'm sure. I'm probably getting that mixed up. If I'm wrong, someone will tell me. But let's look at a more drastic one. Duke. I remember Duke was missing like a tender stuff. This is how it arrived whenever it got to them. It's not like it was completely stripped down or anything like that. They just more or less just restored a lot of the parts that were missing. With Thomas, too much is missing to where it won't be original anymore. You see, look, they made a new tender, but then they ended up finding the original tender. They didn't re they didn't completely repaint the model. They didn't do anything like that. But I don't know. I just think it's not worth it. I think it would probably make more sense just to leave it how it is. As cool as it would be, it'd be the coolest thing ever, right? I just think that there's a difference between restoring and completely redoing. Again, we'll go back into looking at some more on here. We'll go back to Percy. Like, again, this is what Percy looked like before it got restored. This is what Percy looked like after. There's still a lot of that original paint. There's paint chips and all that here, yada yada. Those just get painted over. With the Thomas, it's a completely different story because it would need a complete repaint. All that it would need brand new parts printed out for it or made or however. The problem is it's the original. It's how it left after the fact. After it got done being part of the show, you just take out so much history of this gone. Like, guarantee like a lot of this blue right here, a lot of that's original. I mean, you would be covering up all of this work. You could even go as far as to say the black on here is all original. I don't understand what the obsession is with people not realizing that it would it would ruin the model more to restore it than to leave it how it is. It's sad. It really is sad. Such a cool model, and it'd be so cool to see a fully restored Thomas. But at the same time, we have to look at the fact that this is how it left, and it would ruin all of its historical value. And you could really just call it a replica model more than a restoration progress or process. So that's just what I kind of wanted to yap about on here. If you disagree with me again, you know, feel free to comment it. But this is just my opinion on it. Um, Again, no, I would love to see it restored, but the problem is it just would ruin that. It would ruin the model. So I think it's just best to leave it as is. And it's sad again, like I said, but you know, it's part of it. It's run its course. It's gotten to the final stage. Uh but yeah, that's my opinion. And again, like with people wanting Jacob Jarrett and Hank Merch to fix it or restore it, and quote, it would just be more of, hey, this is a this would just be making a new model. And I'm not telling you that your opinion's wrong. I'm not telling anyone that. I'm just telling you my opinion on it. So feel free to comment all that. Like I said, I'm not gonna make another video about this model. I don't want to drag this on. I just thought I needed to talk about this. So thank you all for watching. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's day.